So a few weeks ago at Drag Week, we couldn't stop from wheeling, bent everything. We fixed everything, hopefully made the right adjustments, and now we're at Rocket City Dragway in Huntsville, Alabama for the start of Sick Smokies. We're gonna find out, can we get it down the racetrack without it putting the front wheels 10 feet in the air?
So the next event I want to go do Blasphemi with is called Sick Smokies. And I gotta be honest, we've done 4 drag and drive events this year. 4? Yeah, 4 of them. Finished all of them. Won 2 of them, got 2nd place in the 3rd one, came in dead last at the last one we did, which was Drag Week. But we did finish. Downside of that last event is our radiator has a permanent grin. Our dry sump oil tank mount is bent. The lower control arm's bent. Basically, we wheelied our way into internet superstardom, but came in dead last. And now, Sick Smokies, it's only 2 days away. I don't want to do wheelies, but if it happens, I don't want to do another wheelie with this radiator in here. So in the next couple of days, we need to replace that, fix a transmission leak, control arms need replacing. Lots of stuff needs to happen before this event so that we can actually go to this event. So yeah, we probably won't start here. We'll go to Scott's Hot Rods, fix the control arms, then replace the transmission because still got a stock one in there left over from Drag Week. Then we'll install this. Not this, the new one. The new one's straight. It's not smiling. I'll be smiling when it works. All right, load the trailer, we'll get out of here. Off to Scott's Hot Rods.
All right, everybody. I am in Knoxville, Tennessee right now, home of Scott's Hot Rods, the badasses that built the new front end on Blasphemi, the front end that survived lots and lots of wheelies at Hot Rod Drag Week. We are back here because we did bend some things, and we did blow out our coilovers. And there's Severy, the guy who built the front end. We're going to put the car up in the air and look at having to straighten or build at least one new lower control arm, and then look at everything else, especially my bump stop, because my bump stop location may not be optimal. It might be why the control arm bent, I don't know. But when it leaves here, it will have new Viking coilovers and a front end that isn't bent and that isn't bouncing. Oh, looking like a trophy truck. Look at all that droop. Man. Look at that bent radiator. So this control arm, definitely bent. This one, maybe not as much. So where do we start?
Well, first we're going to have to take off the lower A-arms and start reinforcing them. I believe maybe the bump stop, when it's catching all the weight compressing, is still allowing this much length. The force on it slowly starting to bend it. So
yeah, in hindsight, that's a lot of leverage from here to here.
Yes.
Trying to stop all of this from moving. You know, the wheel, the tire, the brake, all of that.
So you're relying on your wheel for the rest of the compression. Something's got to give.
Yeah.
Luckily, A-arms and the shocks, of course, kind of went out on you at that point. So we'll get it figured out and fixed up for you.
Cool.
Take it over, get some new arms built up. We're going to reinforce probably the whole top section. And it looks like we can bring the coilover out at least another 2 inches on the lower mount. And that should help out.
Yeah, and if we lose some travel, that's not the end of the world. We have all the travel anyway.
Yeah, we need to make sure we can get it cranked up to that correct height so it has the specification.
Yes, we still need it to look, you know, ostensibly like an old school gasser from the outside, which nose up just a little bit.
If you come to the back, this is how crazy these wheelies were. Because the car doesn't have a bumper, it bent the license plate and then it drug the frame rails. The frame rail is what stopped it from flipping over backwards. That right there. It was up there. Thank God we cut the fuel cell like this, because it would have been bad.
I can't say that I never want to do wheelies that look like this ever again, but I can tell you, we're we're going to celebrate the fact that we came in DFL at Hot Rod Drag Week 2025 by dropping the FSM Anti-Wheelie Wheelie Club t-shirt right here, right now. You can get one at fsmgarage.com. Support the cause. Keep this whole thing going. Thank you. You need one. Look at that.
If anything's loose, I'm not surprised because everything came loose.
Everything seems to be pretty tight still.
The motor plates came loose and started leaking coolant. Like, everything was loose after the third or fourth one.
Hey, at least you're having fun.
I had a damn good time. I really did. Oh, there we go. Got it?
There you go. We have these bigger washers. We usually put one on each side to help hold that bushing in there better.
Dang.
Because it can, over time, blow it out.
Okay.
And you're going to have to replace that one. Little track.
Oh, yeah.
Little track dragging.
That one's been modified by the racetrack.
I think we can go out an inch, but I want them to plate this whole section.
Right.
Try and stiffen it up a little bit. Maybe we'll run a bar here, put this bar back in also.
Cool. So is it mild steel, DOM, chromoly? What do we got here? All right, cool. It's thick wall DOM too. Damn, that's thick.
It's an 8.
Wow. So if the bump stop lands here, what do you think about sliding this back and just having it land on that plate?
It's up to you.
Rather than having to make a whole separate thing, you know?
Yeah, I can do that too.
Might be stronger.
Yeah, just have it. I mean, I can make this a little bit bigger and just make this plate sit on top.
That's fine with me. Old control arm. New control arm. These are not lightweight parts. Like, that is quarter wall, 1.25 inch tubing. That's a 1/4 inch plate. We've now plated this whole area from here to here to try to stop it from bending like this one bent. This is where the bump stop was hitting. Our new bump stop's gonna land on the upper control arm, like out here. But we plated this anyway, just in case. Just, you know, make it heavier, add some weight to the front end, make it stronger, whatever we can do. So this is pretty slick. Should help. So just to give you an idea of what we were dealing with, I'm gonna back the shocks all the way out. This will be full loose, no compression, no rebound adjustment. So that was bouncing with no compression and no rebound in it, which is basically what it was like to race it at Drag Week. And now, we have control. All right, everybody. New arms are in. Beautifully TIG welded. Man, these are nice. And these are sturdy. These are definitely sturdy. Brand new Viking coilovers. These are double adjustable, not triples. So a little different than what I had. I had triples on it, but given the time crunch we were under to get this back together, we couldn't get the triples. But these will work just fine. It used to have doubles, 2 years ago, and it worked fine. There's our new bump stop mount. I gotta buy the bump stop still, but it'll contact the upper control arm way out here, as opposed to my bump stop, which was in the middle of the arm, which is probably what bent it. So yeah, this is good. How do you feel?
I think it'll work, I hope. Yeah, everything should be set. Need to do a couple final adjustments so the spring gets set in, but other than that, I think you're ready to go take it on the track.
Yeah, this is exciting. We're gonna go test next week with any luck.
Hey Matt, you want to explain to the people at home what we're going to do right now?
Okay, so we're going to index the bell housing. The reason we're going to do this is because you guys had to change the engine block in this car when you had the connecting rod problem, I believe it was.
Yeah, it decided to leave the chat.
Yeah. So had to get a new engine block, and this block has standard dowel pins in it, and so we've got to index the bell housing to make sure the bell housing alignment is correct. That way the input shaft is true with the crankshaft. We don't know what it is, again, because it's a new engine block with standard dowels, so we're going to put this together with an indexing tool and see what it looks like.
And do you want to show us this cool indexing tool you just whipped up on your bandsaw for us?
Yeah. So some hand tools, some simple hand tools. You can do this at home. So we have a version of this that's just basically sheet metal, because this is a tool, right? Nobody wants to spend a bunch of money on a tool they're going to use one time. But I find myself needing these quite often and using them quite often for people. So yesterday morning I got a wild idea that I was just going to go ahead and build one that was really nice. It's an inch thick, billet aluminum, and made it on one of our new machines. That way when I have a project like this that comes up every now and then, or some other people that I'm going to help from time to time, and on my own projects, I'll have a really nice tool to check this indexing with.
You set that in there, but it says it exactly centered.
But it's spinning on an object that is centered, the crankshaft, which is what we're trying to line this up with. So when that thing's attached to the crankshaft itself, it's going to spin around the same, like wherever this is at, it's going to spin around that same diameter in a circle that's in line with the crankshaft itself.
Got it.
And this is showing, I've never seen one that much. That's twice more than I've ever seen, so that seems a little wild.
A little excessive?
Yeah. I've never seen one that bad, so it's got me questioning everything at the moment. But I made this based off of the model for the front plate for the Tremec. So the dowel holes here, and then your bolt holes and everything.
Right.
That is all the same physical location that Tremec uses with the front plate. That way, this hole is the center of the input shaft in the transmission.
Okay.
So basically, you're trying to line up the center of the input shaft to the center of the crankshaft, and right now it's 50 thousandths off. Meaning that this thing is actually too far that way, going up, because this is 50 thousandths closer to the center.
Okay.
Which is, like I say, I've seen them 20, I've seen them 30. I've never seen one 50.
Well, we have 3 different sets of dowel pins that we can set in it.
And it had offset dowels in it before too, but it was already really close.
Yeah.
And we didn't have to change anything. It was within like 6 thousandths the first time I think that I was here with you guys doing this. Just the way we're sweeping it, it's 47 thousandths in this direction.
Up to the left there?
Yeah, up to the left. So we need to bring it down half of that amount, because you're gonna be subtracting here and adding here basically when you do that.
Okay.
So we need to come half of 47 in this direction, and I'm pretty sure those 21s will get us pretty much perfect if we can get them at this angle.
At the right angle?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's break those things out and look at them.
You know what's interesting is I notice right now, like I can see, if you look at our holes on the mid plate, look at how it's up that way.
Oh yeah.
I just now noticed that. It's like shifted up that way.
So did I? Should we screw it up?
It's pretty bad.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
47 thousandths out of center.
47?
I've never seen one that bad.
Yeah, it's like pulled way down.
Oh, no wonder why we killed the bearings.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've only ever seen one that was like, well, the worst I've ever been sent a picture of was 32.
So if it's 47 one way and you put offset dowel pins, the biggest ones we have are 21 the other way, does that
It should put it pretty close.
close?
Yeah.
Within
A couple of thousandths.
Okay.
Which is, if we can get it below 6, we'll be doing it.
Okay.
It's funny, what I just noticed was just as we were walking out, I just kind of caught out of my corner of my eye, I looked through one of the bell housing bolts that goes through the mid plate, and you can see the bell housing is pushed up because the mid plate, there's a little piece of mid plate showing in the hole.
I had to open up the holes in the mid plate.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I forgot about that. I was putting it together, the mid plate wouldn't go on.
Ah.
This is weird. And I had to go in there and modify the mid plate.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was block. This is the first one in a long time that I didn't measure. And I just spaced. Forgot to even do it. I was like, yeah, same parts, put it back together. I forgot we put a new block in the car. Wow.
Yeah.
Would that make it hard to shift?
That misalignment could make it would make it hard to get in third.
That was the hard gear.
Yeah.
That was the one gear we couldn't get.
Couldn't get to go third. All of drag it wouldn't go into third. I had to dump. I didn't clutch it, but I had to get out of the gas completely to get it to go into third. Whoa. Oh, this is gonna be better. Cause like even in testing, I was like, I can't drive the car. What the hell is wrong with me? The 1.2 was hard. I had to dump it to get the 1.2 to go. We could never run it into the rev limiter or just pull the next gear.
This transmission is real similar to the transmission in the Rotson, except the Rotson is bone stock. It has the factory main shaft, factory synchros, factory gears. You have to use the clutch and lift off the throttle to shift it. This one, first through fourth, are no longer synchronized. A lot of people will call it face plating. And essentially, you can grab the stick, unload the input shaft just a little bit, and pull the next gear. You don't have to use the clutch. Transmission is refreshed. Bell housing has been dial indicated and is installed close to center on our crankshaft. Real close. I think we're 0.004 of an inch off to one side, which is better than I think it was 40 thousandths we were off before. Adjustable dowels for the win. So now we're gonna pop this back off, put a new clutch disc on because ours is cracked. There's two reasons why we just replaced our clutch disc, or why we're about to. Reason number one is it was getting thin. This measures about 290 thousandths of an inch thick. We have knocked about, I think, 50 thousandths off of it lately from towing and racing. But the other reason, and probably the most important one, is she's cracked. She's cracked in every hole. It's hard to see, but there it is. Every one of these holes is cracked. And that, I'm told, is from all the force that this is under. It's clamping this way, and it's twisting this way, and it's flexing it and cracking it. So, called the folks up at Ram, got another disc, and before we put it in, we're gonna measure it with the dial calipers so that we can keep a record of where we're starting at. So next time we take it apart, we'll know how much it took off. So this thing, almost 400 thou thick, which means we've burned over 100 thou material off that thing. These are unique in that the friction material is sprayed on the disc. A lot of discs, they're riveted on the wear surfaces. These are sprayed on. And so not a lot of places have these. They're kind of hard to find, but Ram stocks them, thank goodness. So there you go. That'll go back in. So see this number here. This is a Defiant X clutch from Blackmagic. When you put this in, if it's shimmed properly, that's the number you should get when you stick the stick end of your dial caliper down under the clutch disc. We're gonna assemble it and write that number down. Hopefully it's the same. Might not be, might have to be reshimmed, not sure. So that's distilled water with red line, basically water wetter additive into it. And cools very well and isn't slippery like glycol-based coolants, which you don't want to leak regular old coolant on a racing surface. That's hard to clean up and it's very slippery. So the other benefit of this stuff is when it leaks pink and you can see it really easily, especially on aluminum engine parts.
Or diapers.
Yep. And slight change for this. A couple of slight changes actually. This is a new unit. Same fans, but Delta PAG has moved the relay block and controllers up top. But more importantly, the big change with this deal is this now has what's called a monocore radiator, which is thinner, and I've been told flows better. So what I've been told is, although this is thinner, this thing should actually cool better than our old, I think this is a 3-inch core. And so I'm no astrophysicist, but the new freshie on the left should work better according to Delta PAG. So fired up to try it. And we'll have to customized the mounts a little bit to match the bolt pattern of our old mounts, but this, in theory, with a little bit of the wiring alterations and some hole drilling, this should go in the same spot. God, that's nice looking.
It is.
And the other benefit of this is, since it's thinner, if we drill these holes in the right places, we can shove this forward and get this stuff away from the blower belt, which will make changing the blower belt much easier.
Yeah.
Which I like that.
So the original radiator for this car was laid out in CAD by John at Delta PAG. He still had the drawing. We tweaked it a little bit at, when it's time to install it, but in theory, the new radiator should go right in where the old one came out, and then we just drill some new holes and bolt it on up. So.
Here we go, everybody. Fresh radiator, fresh control arms, fresh coilovers. I think we're ready. We're gonna leak check it, load it in the box, and head to Sick Smokies. We're at Rocket City Dragway in Huntsville, Alabama for the start of Sick Smokies. We're actually early. We're here to test. Tomorrow's registration day. Today, we're gonna find out, can we get it down the racetrack without it putting the front wheels 10 feet in the air? Let's go. Not bad, we did not wheelie.
Talk to me, Goose. 558 off the trailer. I'm not going to complain.
Dude, it's gonna go better because I was surprised again. Lifted off the gas and short shifted the 1-2. Might have gone full pull in 2-3, I'm not sure. Felt great. I have no clutch pedal. Like, it's hardly even there and the clutch is grabbing off the floor.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. Like, there's no way you're gonna be able to drive with a trailer like that. It's an on and off switch and it's like that far off the floor. So we gotta figure that out. But it did not wheelie. Whew, thank God.
What was our 60 foot on
I
that?
drank a cocktail. It was fine. It was 133.
Okay.
Yeah. And it only went 367 to 330 because I screwed the 1-2 shift up. I forgot to let it run into the rev limiter. It's making some horsepower because it still went almost 129 at the 8th. Like, it likes the gear.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, first gear is much longer. It's much happier. Like, we pulled 10.5 degrees of timing and ramped it over 2 seconds. All of first gear, we had timing out of the motor. So, like, it will only go faster, bro. Like, we're back. We're back.
Yes. All right, guys, we're up here for our second pass test hit here at Rocket City. First pass ran a 558. A little bit of driver error on that. So we're gonna see, didn't change nothing, just gonna come up here and run it again. See how Mike does.
I forgot and I lifted in first gear again, but I think I got it right on the 2-3 shift. Woo! That was fun.
Woo! 547. We'll take it. I think that might be a one of our best. But yeah, I think he's going to be pretty happy with that. A 547 at 127. He was on the rev limiter at the stripe, but I don't know what we'll do about that. Maybe just drive through it, or who knows. That car was gone. It ran good. Tell me you are happy with that pass, dude.
Dude!
Yes.
That was awesome.
Money.
I still screwed up the 1-2 shift.
Dude, a 47.
Wow.
Those are 60.
130 flat, dude. Yeah, with no wheelie.
And it looks great. I
Yeah.
have it on the rev limiter at the stripe, though.
Damn. Yeah, we might be screwed there. Because it needs like a 350 gear. It'll go even faster.
Dude.
But 389 was not the gear we needed. Because now it's working so good that everything's happening sooner. And if I hadn't screwed up the 1-2 shift, we'd definitely been on all over the rev limiter at the stripe. Like, an 847 is an 850 pass, bro.
Here's another thing.
I want a cocktail.
We're doing this on the heavy springs.
Yeah, yeah. So everybody
Dude.
that was like, you screwed yourself when you put the heavy springs in, we screwed ourselves. That wasn't what screwed us, though. When we went to drag week, what screwed us was it blew the tires off. I panicked. The next day, I took a bunch of power out of it, and it stuck the tire, drove into a wheelie on a really great track, and destroyed the coilovers. And then I took even more power out, and it did it again, and really did those coils in. Now, new coilovers, new radiator, transmission's fixed, car is happy. Clutch is still really close to the floor.
It'll get better.
Yeah.
I can go like another turn and a half out. It'll probably be better.
It helped. It absolutely helped.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Because it's hard to drive. Like when I'm staging the car, I'm like, oh, I'm in the beams. Like
Yeah.
the round before, I drove past the beams. And the guy walked out. He's like, you got to come back. And I was like, oh, all right. I'm like, oh my God, I'm that person that literally tried to stage with the back tires, you
Yeah.
know? And then this time around, I noticed, oh, there's a big old orange cone.
Oh, there is?
So that's where you stop.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Now I know.
It's not for the pothole that's out there?
Is there a pothole too?
I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, badass, dude. Let's just leave the car alone for once in our lives, not dick with it, and just I'll get better at driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby! 541!